Hello. Welcome back to the Bridge to Success Teradata Interview series. In this video, we will see some questions, commonly asked in interviews, regarding the secondary index, SI subtables, etc. You can learn more about creation of the secondary index, subtable, and accessing the data using SI, by referring the Teradata tutorials in the playlist of the channel, or by clicking the link, mentioned in the description of this video.
What is a secondary index?
A secondary index is an alternate data access path. It allows you to access the data without having to do a full table scan.
Can we add or drop a secondary index without dropping and recreating the table?
Yes.
What is the drawback of secondary index?
SI subtables require additional disk space and maintenance. They should be only used on queries that run again and again.
When do we create secondary index?
We can define one and only one primary index for any specific table, and accessing that table will be lightning fast only if we use primary index column in where clause. But if we want to access the table with some other column in where clause, it won't hit the PI column, and hence will go for full table scan. In order to avoid this, secondary index is used. SI should only be used on known queries, or queries that are run over and over again.
What is the difference between PI and SI?
PI is required for a table, whereas SI is not. Primary index is used for data distribution. Secondary index can be created and dropped automatically. SI requires separate physical structure for subtable, and requires extra processing overhead.
What are the different types of secondary indexes?
Unique secondary index, and non-unique secondary index.
What will happen when you create a SI on a table?
Whenever you create SI on the table, Teradata will create a subtable on all AMP. This subtable contains 3 columns given below. Secondary index value. Secondary index row ID, this is the hashed value of SI value. Base table row ID, this is the actual base row ID.
How many AMP operation is unique SI?
Accessing data with a USI is typically a 2 AMP operation.
When will we create a non-unique secondary index?
A non-unique secondary index is usually specified to prevent full table scans, in which every row of a table is read. NUSI queries are all AMP operations, but not full table scans.
How many AMP operation is non-unique SI?
Non-unique secondary index queries are all AMP operations.
What is the difference between non-unique SI and full table scan?
Both non-unique secondary index and full table scan will access all the AMPs, but FTS will access all the blocks within the AMP, whereas non-unique secondary index will access the blocks only if the subtable contains the qualifying rows.
If a secondary index is created on a table, will the size of the table increase? Why?
Yes, secondary index requires subtables which require permanent space. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and share the video. You can view more videos in the playlist of the channel, or click on the links mentioned in the description below the video name. Also, kindly subscribe the channel.